Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir. Episode 14.
That's right.
Be on Scoreboard. I'm Jackson with my co-host Aiden. Garrett was not able to be with us this week. Had prior commitments. So, here we are.
Yes, sir. Look at that. Look at the new addition right here. We got
Another
the
wonderful
dog
week.
pound. That's right. I'm so ready for this week. I'm glad to be back after my 2-week hiatus. So
Yeah, what the heck, man?
yeah, I know. Hey, Florida happens. But yeah, no, I'm ready to be back and get back into this. It's exciting stuff.
All right. I'd say we just jump right in to scores.
All right. Sounds good to me. Let's do this.
So scores from this past week, we're going to start off with our college football playoff scores. Of course, we all know college football playoff is happening, and it's bigger than ever with 12 teams.
That's right, baby.
Bigger than ever.
That's right. And it's been fantastic.
So as we already went over all these not very fantastic games.
Yeah, they were very boring.
These games here.
Oh, baby.
Penn State, Boise State. This game looked like it was going to be a blowout in the first half. Boise State kind of made it close, scoring a touchdown in the third quarter. But Penn State was too much.
Yeah, no, I mean, by far, Penn State looked dominant in that. I mean, the whole game, really. So
Penn State looked like one of the best teams in all of college football, proving why they're in the college football playoff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Moving on to the other two games that were on Wednesday. Ohio State, a game that was never close.
I mean, the first two drives, Jeremiah Smith, had 2 touchdowns. They were like 30-plus yard bombs. I mean, that kid is a stud. Insane.
7 receptions, 187 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
For the star freshman.
And I mean,
Oregon just couldn't get anything going offensively. There's just one of those days.
And you know what?
And then
I have some breaking news. Ohio State's winning the Natty. That's right.
Oh, okay.
That's right, baby.
And then the double overtime thriller between Texas and Arizona State. Cam Scattaboo is a very, very good football player.
He's so good. I was talking to Jackson earlier this week. I think he might be better than Jency.
All right.
I mean, when it comes to the NFL,
pump the brakes.
I think he might be better. I guess we'll see. So let's go on the next game.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes a bit. Yeah, but heck of a game. Moving on to Thursday's game. Condolences to what happened down in New Orleans. That's terrible. You never want anything like that to ever happen.
For sure.
But moving on to the actual game, this was complete and utter domination by Notre Dame.
I mean, that's the best Notre Dame has looked all year.
Like, by far. I had said going into this college football playoff, Notre Dame was overrated, shouldn't have been it. They were a one-loss team to a MAC school.
Yeah.
They handpicked their own schedule and all that, not in a conference. And then you come out and dominate Georgia.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be fair, it was Stockton who, this is his first, I think it was his first start
Gunnar
since
Stockton.
Freshman.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes, that's I think it was his freshman year, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he didn't even look bad. He didn't look that bad.
No, he did.
It's just the fact that
20 for 32, 234, and a touchdown.
Going. Yeah, they just couldn't get anything going.
Well, the big thing in that game was turnovers.
Yeah, yep.
Georgia turning the ball over right before half, allowing Notre Dame to put up that touchdown, was a backbreaker.
Yeah, and I mean, Riley Leonard went off. He played such a good game.
He really did.
Yeah. So these next games are gonna be huge.
Yeah, these games out here are gonna be huge. That we'll talk about a little bit later.
Yes.
Moving on to, as we could call it, the main event, the main feast.
Oh yeah, baby.
Saturday, January 4th, Ravens dominate the Cleveland Browns. Aiden, we won't spend much time on this because I know it hurts your heart.
You know what? Honestly, I'm okay with the loss because better draft pick. So
there you go. Bengals upset the Steelers. Okay, wait, folks. Are Bengals going to get their playoff? Are Bengals going to make it? Are they going to make the improbable one and get in?
They've done 5 games, won 5 games in a row. They're doing everything they can. It all comes down to, 2 games technically.
Yes. Bears beat the Packers first time since 2020.
It only took Jordan Love getting hurt and Christian Watson getting hurt. And
Excuses.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
I'll take the win. The win's a win.
Somehow you went from 7-10 to 5-12 this year, man. Justin Fields was the problem, though.
Yeah, he was.
Oh man,
Panthers beat the Falcons in an overtime thriller.
I think this is the Panthers' 8th time going into overtime this year.
Yeah,
or something. They've been in overtime so many times, and Bryce Young, he's the guy. Bryce Young's definitely the guy.
Yeah, Bryce Young's the guy.
5 touchdowns is nuts.
Commanders take down the Cowboys and Commanders backups.
I love Marcus Mariota, baby.
Yeah.
Look at him. I haven't seen that name in forever.
Texans, Titans. This is a rather boring game, honestly.
Yeah.
Wasn't a lot to watch.
Will Levis and the Titans needed to just do one thing, and that was win.
Yeah.
And they couldn't.
Yeah.
So, against Davis Mills and the backups. What a shame.
Colts, Jags. Colts pick up a win in overtime, a rather shaky game.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco led them to a win with Jonathan Taylor getting 34 carries.
That's insane. That's insane, by the way. 34 carries. And what that doesn't happen anymore, but I guess it does.
Joe Milton leads the Patriots to a win, which did nothing but hurt them.
I mean, no shot they draft 2 really good quarterbacks, right? Milton played very good. Granted, it was the Bills backups.
I mean, it is something to look at. Is Joe Milton worth trading?
He might be. He might get you could probably get he's probably one of the better quarterbacks in this draft. If you were to put him in this draft class.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Giants, Eagles. Giants made this interesting late, but a little bit of a tune-up game for Philly.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't need to win. They really didn't matter to them.
Still shocked that they didn't play Saquon to allow him to get the record, but
I mean, I get it. But
I do. I really do get it too.
Because he's your main guy, and if he gets injured, it doesn't look good. But
Buccaneers, Saints. Bucks needed a fourth quarter comeback to win this one.
Baker
Dramatic
Mayfield,
fashion.
Baby. I mean,
and they got Mike Evans 1,000.
Okay. That Baker had 2 amazing throws in the fourth quarter, outstanding. And then I will tell you, I was literally jumping up and down when Mike Evans got his 1,000th yard.
I was very excited for him too.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's a great player, great guy. So
yeah,
absolute beast.
Broncos, Chiefs. Broncos. No problem with the second string Chiefs.
Screw Carson
Wentz. Was the second string Chiefs.
I mean, to shut them out is nuts. Were they losing on purpose? Maybe. Maybe.
According to Travis Kelce's interview today, they weren't.
And just like that, by the way, Bengals were out of the playoffs. It all was for nothing.
Yep, that was it. Chargers, Raiders. Justin Herbert plays.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Which was interesting because they already had the spot locked. They had playoffs locked, not seed.
Well, I think they even had seed because the Steelers lost.
Oh, that's true.
I believe, yeah. So I don't really maybe the
Steelers weren't they playing at the same time though?
No, the Steelers played Saturday, but I think the Chargers. I think the Steelers might have had the tiebreaker over them. So.
Oh yeah. Seahawks, Rams, Jimmy Garoppolo versus Geno Smith.
Jimmy G didn't even look that bad either.
No, he didn't.
So
throwing for over 300 yards. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Jets, Dolphins. Jets get a okay
win. Yeah. Rodgers plays his first good game.
Yeah.
All year. It's stupid.
Cardinals absolutely demolished 49ers.
Yeah.
But
I didn't realize Josh Dobbs was on the Niners, I guess.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs played.
I mean, yeah, Purdy was hurt, so yeah,
Purdy
this
was
wasn't
hurt.
much of a game.
No. Lions, Vikings. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Holy cow.
It was Jahmyr Gibbs. And Lions are the best team in football.
But yeah, for sure. I mean, crushing a 14-win team 31-9. Are the Vikings fake? Like, are they a fake team? Or are the Lions just that good?
I mean, both.
That's the question. That is the question. So, well, hey, those were the great games that happened this week. I was very happy about that.
Yeah, I was very excited.
So let's see how we did, though, because, you know, it was a rough week. You didn't know who was starting and whatnot, but, you know, nonetheless, I put my picks in at the very end in the chat last week. So
yeah, I stunk.
Here we go. This was, you know, these are the games I got right and wrong, and a 9-7 record. So that was a pretty bad week for me.
I think that's your worst week on record. Oh gosh. There's a lot of reds. There's
Jackson,
8 reds.
You went 8-8. You went 8-8. So, I mean, not bad. And let's look at Garrett. He beat us all this week, 10-6.
Okay, go back. Which ones did I miss?
You got the Steelers, Falcons,
and Falcons,
Cowboys, Saints, Niners, Rams, Dolphins, Vikings. Which the Dolphins one, I also got wrong. The Rams one, I think I also got wrong. So
yeah, I didn't think the 49ers were going to get blown out by the Cardinals.
See, I also had
neither did you.
One. Yeah.
You had the Packers over the Bears, though. Yeah.
Which the Packers should have won. Let's be honest. Falcons should have won.
You had Giants over Eagles.
I thought the Eagles would. I thought the Giants would win with the second string, but no.
You have Commanders on there twice.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, I did. Well, I picked that one right. I had Texans, so.
Well,
but yeah, no.
That's rough.
I mean, those games were hard to pick because you didn't know who's going to win what. So now, time for some breaking news of this week. There's a whole lot that happened after these games.
Yeah, no kidding.
You had Doug Peterson fired, Gerard Mayo fired, the Bengals defensive coordinator was fired, and then yesterday, I believe, Antonio Pierce gets fired. So I mean, this head coaching find is like up for grabs for everyone. Like there's 7 teams that need.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now? Like 7-8 teams. Like so, it'll be interesting, but. The Stefanski and Andrew Berry from the Browns are confirmed to come back. Shane Steichen and Ballard are coming back, and then Brian Daboll is also coming back. So those are some just guarantees. You don't like Brian Daboll coming back?
No.
Really?
Not 1 ounce.
See, I don't know. Like, what was he supposed to do with Daniel Jones, though? You know what I mean?
I mean, you're right, but
this right here, 100% Jarrett. Gerard Mayo getting fired was a terrible decision. Robert Kraft said he regrets it. I don't know if he meant he regrets firing him or he regrets
hiring him.
Situation. Yeah. So it's like you can't expect him to change the whole system around in 1 year. And Drake May looks good.
He does.
So I don't know. I think it was a bad decision.
I definitely agree.
But some I guess more specified information. Deshaun Watson's injury is a lot worse than they thought, so he'll be out most, if not all, of 2025. So I'm sorry, Watson, but I'm glad you're not coming back because I don't want that. I don't need that. So that's most of the breaking news from this past week. Well, I guess Tyreek Hill also saying he wants out. That's another big piece that
won't happen.
I think he'll go off the Dolphins, but I don't know where to. Where does he go?
Probably nowhere where he wants to go.
True. I mean, I'd be okay with like the honestly, if he goes back to the Chiefs, I wouldn't be surprised. I think he'd be a good fit there. The Chiefs need another weapon. Xavier Worthy he's good, but I guess they have D-Hop too. So. All right, that's most of the breaking news. I think it's time for some mock drafts.
Yes.
now that the picks are pretty much set, we don't know entirely with the playoffs yet happening. So, but no, we know the first 18 at least.
So we're gonna pull up CBS Sports mock draft. I have it right here. So this was not one that either of us made. We will get to those a little bit later.
Yes.
Because I made two.
Yeah.
The CBS Sports. This is Chris Trapasso. 101.
Wow.
There's a trade.
I'm sorry. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was ready for that.
Why would the Browns trade up to the first spot for a quarterback that's going to get drafted second either way?
Did you see his rushing yards?
-50. Why would we want him? If we're going to trade up for the first, you need to get Cam Ward. And then they get a tackle. What? Like, I'm sorry, this guy. I don't know. This is an interesting mock draft.
Cam Ward goes 3 to the Giants. I don't hate that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a good pick for them, for sure.
Patriots go Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
as I kind of expected.
Yep.
Will Johnson goes 5.
I like that. Will Johnson's definitely a top 5.
Now, this is the one that has me scratch my head just a little bit.
If you are, I was already scratching my head.
Like I understand that you need a quarterback, but why spend it early?
You can get him in the second round. Like, he ain't going nowhere.
You had all the receivers left.
Yeah. You could have taken any of them, especially with Devontae gone now.
Mason Graham.
I like that.
McMillan. I think can be a big pick for Carolina.
If he falls that far.
Kelvin Banks. Abdul Carter dropping to Chicago at 10 is big.
But if the Jets have the choice, are they going to take? They're going to take who was it? What's his name? Johnson over Abdul Carter or Graham? Sorry.
I mean, I don't think the Jets need another defensive end.
I don't know. One of those teams has to take Abdul Carter, right? He's definitely.
You think? Yeah, I don't think he drops to 10, but if he does,
I would be
very happy.
Yeah, for
James
sure.
Pierce, the other edge, goes right after him at 11.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And of course, Next Genty.
At 12, yep. Everyone saw that coming.
Dolphins go safety, which is good on their part.
Yeah, I agree.
Colts go wide receiver, which I feel like they could use a tight end more, but I don't hate it.
The Colts draft Tyler Warren, I feel like, almost every day of the week.
Falcons go defensive end. Cardinals go defensive end.
A whole lot of ends coming out in the first round.
Bengals go D lineman. Seattle goes offensive lineman, which is smart.
Yeah.
Texans go offensive tackle, which is also smart.
For sure. Yeah.
Broncos go corner.
I don't know if I like that, but then I feel like they should go
I don't know
receiver.
how I feel either.
I feel like they should go receiver if one's on the board.
I agree. Bucks go D-line. Steelers go D-line. Tyler Warren falls to 23 to the Rams.
I don't think that happens.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, if Tyler Warren falls to the Rams, I'd be very surprised. I think he's definitely a Colts guy. I think that's who they're going to pick.
Green Bay goes corner, which is what they need.
Yeah, I guess with Jair getting injured.
Ohio State, Emeka Ibuka goes to the Chargers. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either, but I don't know. It's okay. I guess he needs a receiver, so yeah.
Washington goes defensive end at Nick Scorton. He is going to be a good guy for them.
Yeah, for sure. Especially after
Minnesota goes offensive tackle. Baltimore goes offensive tackle. Minnesota goes D lineman. Bills go corner, which is
I'm okay. I like that.
I don't hate it. Eagles go defensive end. Kansas City goes D-line, which I think is smart, and Lions go corner. Overall, this mock draft I give a C.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it
At
a
the
D.
back end,
At the
back end he saved himself, but not front end. That's a little rough.
The front is all like. In what world did the Browns trade up for Shador? Maybe for Ward.
If they trade up, okay. If they're going to get Cam Ward, if they think Tennessee's going to take him.
I mean, what are they giving up to Tennessee for the first overall pick, though?
Yeah.
That's the question, because that's a huge pick.
All right. So, next mock draft that was made. This one coming from Bleacher Report.
This one better be better.
Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Back to the top here.
I saw a pretty good pick there.
All right, here we go. By the NFL Scouting Department, Bleacher Report. Here we go. Number 101, Shador Sanders.
I hope this happens.
Which we all know what that means.
Cam Ward. That's
Browns
right.
get Cam Ward.
That's right.
Giants don't go quarterback, though, which I think is smart.
Oh, yeah. Because you have your top two off the board.
You can get a quarterback in the second round. There's a lot of quarterbacks to me that are going to go in the second round.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have like I don't know if Dylan Gabriel, Jalen Milroe.
Dylan Gabriel, I think will honestly be the next quarterback off the board.
Really, he might be. I don't know. He might be. I feel like that's a good pick though. Going the best overall player with the two best quarterbacks off the board.
Will Johnson. I like the pick for the Patriots. I feel like they could go receiver here, but I feel with Hunter off the board, you go corner.
You can't go wrong with Will Johnson.
No.
He's good. And I mean, yeah, you could get Ted, but Will Johnson.
Jacksonville going defensive tackle. I don't hate that either. Bolster up that defense that needs help.
Yeah. No, for sure. I like this pick too. Raiders
going wide receiver. I like this pick as well because you can get, like we said earlier, quarterback in the second round. Yep. There will be a QB competition in Las Vegas. Don't care what anybody says. No matter who they take, there's going to be a QB comp in Vegas.
Between who? Aiden O'Connell and the rookie?
Aiden O'Connell, the rookie, and if they re-sign Gardner Minshew.
I feel like, I don't know, Gardner might get signed somewhere.
And then who's their other one? They have another one.
I don't. Ritter.
Desmond Ritter.
There's going
to be a QB comp.
Well, I think I might be thinking the wrong guy. Hang on.
No, it's Desmond Ritter.
Is it?
Jets go defensive end and Abdul Carter, which is smart.
Yeah.
Great pick for the Jets.
I agree. Yeah. You can't go wrong with Abdul Carter.
Panthers go Malachi Starks from Georgia, which, once again, I think you need to go receiver, but they don't.
Yeah.
Saints go defensive end. I feel like Saints could go receiver here.
Honestly, a lot of these teams could go receiver, but it's such a defensive-heavy class.
Bears take an offensive lineman.
I like that. I like that a lot.
49ers get corner help, which they need.
Yeah.
That's a very good defense, but it needs corner help.
For sure.
Dallas doesn't go running back.
This is not a good selection. You already have CeeDee Lamb. You have so many other things you need to focus on.
I agree. Yeah, Miami goes offensive line. Miami does need offensive line help.
Yeah.
Miami, to me, right now needs a lot of pieces.
Yeah, they were so close, and then everything just fell apart.
Yes. Here's the pick that is
there. We go. This is the right pick. The only right pick. They love tight ends.
Falcons go defensive end, which is what they had in the other one, which I agree with. Cardinals also go defensive end, which is good.
I like it, yeah.
Bengals go defensive tackle. I don't hate this. I feel like Bengals could go wide receiver here with all the questions with T. Higgins and everything.
True, but they need line help so bad.
They do. They just need defensive help.
I feel like you have to draft Kelvin Banks if you're the Bengals.
I agree, but if he falls, Seattle needs to take him.
Oh, for sure. But I don't think I don't know. I don't like the Bengals pick.
Texans go offensive guard, which is good for them. They have enough weapons on offense. They might go running back here.
I don't know.
You have Joe Mixon.
Is he on a 2-year or a 1
Joe
year?
Mixon. I think he's on 2.
Is he?
I think Joe Mixon is good, but I don't think Joe Mixon is going to be good enough to get them as contenders.
Okay, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Buccaneers go linebacker. I like this pick.
Yep, I agree. Losing what's his name? Devin White hurt.
Yeah. Broncos going tight end. Okay, this one's interesting to me because I would rather see Broncos go wide receiver because Luther Burden is still on the board here.
Yeah, you take Luther Burden if he's on the board especially over Colston Loveland.
Yes.
Come on. I mean, I guess you have Cortland Sutton, but like
Steelers get Genty. Okay. I don't like this.
He does
unless they trade Najee Harris.
I think Ashton Genty's 10 times better than Najee Harris.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you trade Najee and now you have Ashton.
Yeah, but I don't think Ashton falls that far. So
I don't think he does either.
That'd be nuts.
Rams go offensive line. Smart.
Yeah.
A lot of questions out of the O-line. Packers go corner. Packers have gone corner in everything I've seen. They need so much corner help. Chargers go wide receiver, but Luther Burden's still on the board.
That's crazy to me. Huh.
And there he goes. Oh no, that would be scary.
You have Luther Burden, Scary Terry on the same offense.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I like it. Also, I feel like they could also use a running back at some point. So.
Okay, see, I don't like this pick.
You have Derrick Henry.
Why aren't you going receiver?
Well, I mean, are there any other good? I mean,
we're O-line. Why aren't you going O-line?
You have Derrick Henry. Why do you take a running back?
Bad pick.
I don't like that.
Vikings go offensive line. Yep, Vikings need O-line help for whoever's going to be at quarterback. And they're drafting. That's a center. Oh, no, it's a guard. Sorry. He did play center, though, against Texas in the SEC championship game.
Yep.
Bills goes defensive tackle. I like that. I think Bills could also go safety with losing both of their safeties from last year.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the DT here. Honestly, you can't really go wrong choosing defense.
Eagles go edge. I think Eagles either need to go edge or they need to go O-line. Eagles O-line has been in a lot of trouble lately with Lane Johnson being hurt, Jordan Mailata being hurt.
When's the last time we've seen someone from Marshall?
I know. Caden, we did do our own mock drafts.
Don't worry.
That'll be up after 2 picks.
It's going to be so good. Oh, they're so good.
Lions go defensive end. I like this pick too. Lions just need defensive help right now.
Oh, I don't know if I like that. If you're re-signing, Zadarius Smith,
I don't think they will.
I don't like that edge pick.
Kansas City goes offensive tackle.
I like that. Get rid of.
I do. I like that.
John Taylor. Get rid of him.
All right.
Now it's time for some of our mock drafts.
What do you want to see first? Do you want to see the one where I did trade or where I didn't trade?
Let's see the one where you didn't trade, and then we'll get into the trade one.
Okay. So I did this one on PFF.
Speaking of PFF, Myles Garrett won the number 1 defensive player.
I wish I could go pick by pick here, but it's not going to let me. So here we go. Cam Ward goes 1. I think Browns going Travis Hunter because they're going to take a quarterback in round 2.
See, I like this. I think you take Travis Hunter.
Yes, when you have talent like Travis Hunter on the board and you don't get the quarterback you want, you've got to take him.
You got to, and the thing is we get a veteran quarterback like Kirk Cousins or even Aaron Rodgers maybe, but like for this bridge year,
Sam Darnold.
If Sam Darnold like that, he wouldn't even be a bridge year quarterback.
Or maybe you get JJ McCarthy if Vikings decide to trade him.
So I mean, like realistically, I feel like Travis Hunter is the best option here. Like, and then you get a quarterback the next year if we really need one. Or Jameis maybe. But
Shedeur Sanders going 3 to the Giants.
Yeah, I like that.
Giants need a quarterback.
That's where he wants to go. That's where he's going to go.
McMillan going to New England, which
I like that.
I feel like is perfect.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Will Johnson going 5 to Jacksonville. Jacksonville, to me, needs more offensive line help than they need anything else, or D-line help. They need line help just in general.
Yeah, look at
more
Trevor
than they need
Lawrence.
anything else.
Trevor
Yes.
Lawrence killed out there. I mean, he took that, yeah. Ooh.
Ashton Jeanty going 6. And I will explain this a little bit. Because it's the same reason why the Browns are not going quarterback. There's so many second-round quarterbacks in this draft class and who do the Raiders have at running back?
Yeah, but the thing is, they could also take a wide receiver here.
They could. And I think the other pick that could be there is Luther Burden.
Yeah.
Could definitely go right there.
I do like Ashton Jeanty there.
I feel like they go Ashton Jeanty, get you a solidified number 1 running back, and then I think you go after T. Higgins in the offseason.
That's not a bad idea. That's it. You know what? I kind of like that.
Jets going Malachi Starks. Jets defense kind of got picked apart this year.
Yeah.
Needs some safety help. So I was going to go wide receiver here for the Panthers, and then I got thinking about it, and I got to looking at it. Carolina needs a lot of defensive line help, and I feel like there's a lot of receivers in this draft that are good late first round, early second round that they would be able to take. And there's a lot of good wide receivers in the offseason. Like I'm not sure Chicago is going to re-sign. I'm forgetting his name now.
Allen.
Yeah, Keenan Allen. I don't think they re-sign him. And I feel like that would be a good spot in Carolina for him. You get an experienced wide receiver, and I feel like it's going to be a little bit different than when Adam Thielen went there, because Thielen was towards the end of his career. So like Keenan Allen's kind of right there in the middle still.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd agree.
Saints go Luther Burden. Saints need a number 1 receiver besides Chris Olave.
I think Chris Olave wants out.
And even if he does, this is even better for him.
I don't know. I feel like they have other issues they need to address first, but I don't not like this pick.
My only other issue that I would address with them is quarterback. I feel like there's quarterback issues there, which you could get in the second round.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I have Bears going Abdul Carter. This was very hard for me, but I looked at it. We have 2 second-round picks.
Okay. Yeah.
So
you need offensive line.
I'm okay using both second-round picks on an offensive lineman.
But you need O-line help so
But
bad.
your other thing is my other thing is when Abdul Carter is sitting there, a defensive line talent that we haven't seen since Myles Garrett.
Yeah. I mean,
you got to take him.
That's fair. I feel like Kelvin Banks though. Like
Kelvin Banks I was so back and forth, and I feel like that's definitely where San Francisco goes. As much as there are other issues that they have, you need to go offensive line. You need to give Brock Purdy some hope, because we read today they're working very hard on getting a deal done with him as quick as possible.
Yeah, that's good for him.
I have Dallas going receiver. Because outside of CeeDee Lamb, who do they have?
They have Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks has been mid his whole career.
He's not that bad. I feel like
he's not great. How many 1,000-yard seasons has he had?
Not very many. I mean, you have Tolbert, who's not bad.
I mean, yeah, he's not bad, but I feel like if you can bolster it with a lot of younger guys,
that's fair.
That puts you in a good position.
I feel like you need a running back, though. I guess you can get one in the second round, though. Like
Cam Scadaboo in the second round.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I have Dolphins going offensive line. Need to protect Tua. Tua's obviously, we all know, hurt. They need help. Colts go Tyler Warren. I feel like Colts team with a good tight end is going to be scary.
They need a quarterback, though. Sam Darnold.
Falcons go defensive end and Nick Scorton. For me, he's the best defensive end on the left. after Abdul Carter's out. So Cardinals, I was debating back and forth between going O-line and going D-line. I feel like for me, O-line is going to be more important for them, especially giving Kyler Murray more time to be able to throw the ball to his receivers. So I just feel like that's a much bigger need for them right now.
Yeah, I feel could go either way there.
And I feel like Bengals getting a steal here at 17, getting Will Johnson. Will Johnson falls. For me, none of those guys up top need a corner badly enough more than their other positions. The only other one where he might go one pick higher in Arizona.
I think he'd go to the Niners.
I mean, he could go to the Niners. I feel like Niners need more offensive line help than they do anything, especially if you're going to keep Christian McCaffrey. You need to make sure that O-line is staying fresh. Trent Williams is getting hurt a lot now. Trent Williams is also getting old. Maybe Kelvin Banks is going to be Trent Williams' predecessor.
Could be. I don't know. I don't know.
Seattle going linebacker.
I like that.
Houston going at tackle. I feel like CJ Stroud was in too much trouble this year. So I have tight end. I have Broncos going Colson Loveland again, due to the fact that Luther Burden's off the board. You're looking at who's left. You could go running back here and the guy at North Carolina. But I feel like you have two running backs right now in Denver, and you don't really have a very good tight end. And your two running backs in Denver are okay, both.
Yeah.
So I feel like you can take a tight end here and get a running back in the second round.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't disagree with that.
Bucks go defensive end. Bucks need some more pass rush. Steelers go corner. I feel like that's kind of the one weakness on that Steelers defense, that corner. Yeah. Except for when Cam Hayward decides to retire, which could be at the end of this season.
If that's the case, then
they go
that big changes. Yeah, that big changes.
I have Rams going offensive tackle with their biggest point. Rams' biggest upside is their offense.
Yeah.
Therefore, you have to keep Stafford healthy.
Yep.
So, therefore, you need to go O-line here. So, Green Bay, I was between going corner and going a defensive end.
I like the end.
I think Rashad Gary is going to be gone at the end of the year.
Really? Maybe.
So, I think they need to go defensive end.
I like the end over corner because, I mean, Jair Alexander's still there. Like, he's still good enough. Yeah. So.
I have Chargers going running back. With all the injuries they've had in the running back room, I feel like it is worth being able to trade one of your two running backs right now and have Hampton learn under the other.
See, I don't know. I really like Dobbins.
I like Gus Edwards, I like J.K. Dobbins.
But I get it. I get it. I mean, they're both. I mean, J.K. Dobbins has been injured every single year.
Yeah. I have Commanders going wide receiver here. I mean, that's Commanders' need. Commanders need another receiver.
Yeah, for sure.
I have Baltimore going corner. Vikings going D-line. And I have Bills going Xavier Respeto here.
Yeah. They also need a receiver bad, so.
Yeah, but I feel like this could be a reach for them.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a reach. But at the same time, like what else do you look at? Like, there's not much else the Bills really need.
No. The only other thing I thought about was safety.
That's fair.
Philly goes defensive end. Chiefs go D lineman, and Lions go corner. With all the injuries to Lions defense, they needed a corner.
I could see that. I don't. All
right, so here's my mock draft where I was able to trade. I only made one trade, and Aiden's gonna like it.
I wonder what it was. It's definitely the right decision.
Tim Moore goes one.
Yep.
Shedeur Sanders goes 2 to the Raiders as they trade up with the Browns. Jalen Milroe goes 3. So in this one, I don't have the Giants waiting because my thing with the Giants is if you wait, you don't necessarily get him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Travis Hunter going to New England. Jacksonville getting Will Johnson.
I like that. I don't know if
almost
I like
went on O-line, but I didn't. And then Mason Graham to the Browns.
I feel like we take Abdul Carter over Graham.
And my only thing with Abdul Carter is you've already got Myles Garrett. My only other thing with it could have been is that you could use one of them as a trade piece and get something for him.
No, I feel like Myles Garrett has been, saying he wants a plan, he wants everything to improve, and if we get someone opposite of him, then I think it'd help. He'd be more okay staying.
Okay, you see, Jarrett, that was my other thing that I almost did.
Ashton Jeanty. I
almost had you go Ashton Jeanty, and then you trade Nick Chubb.
I don't think Nick Chubb wouldn't be worth anything, though. Hardly. Unless you trade like the Cowboys. All right.
Abdul Carter goes to the Jets. He's sitting there. For me, Jets have to take him here. Yeah, Carolina gets their golden boy at receiver, McMillan.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Will Campbell. And say, here I do have Bears taking Kelvin Banks because he's there.
See, that's the thing. I like that pick because, obviously Justin Fields was not the issue. Caleb Williams got sacked, 60 sometimes, 70 sometimes?
He got sacked over 70 times, almost 70 times.
And you have a worse record than with Fields. So come on. I don't understand. The Bears are they make me mad.
I know.
They make me mad for you.
49ers go defensive end here. Nick Bosa. Obviously, they have Nick Bosa, so you're going to throw Williams on the other side, and that can be scary. Ashton Jeanty goes to the Cowboys. That's I see.
That's pretty much, a lot of drafts.
Malachi Starks goes to Miami. As we said earlier, Miami needs help.
Yep.
Colts don't go anywhere else but Tyler Warren.
That's the only option for me. Tyler Warren is the only option for the Colts.
Falcons take a linebacker who you can then translate into a defensive end if need be. Nick Scorton falls to Arizona.
Okay.
I have Bengals going Luther Burden. Which, therefore, you don't need to keep T. Higgins in your locker room, who I feel like is a very toxic person to have in your locker room right now. You don't need to keep him in your locker room. Therefore, he can go find somewhere else and maybe become a star somewhere else, and you still get a very good receiver in Luther Burden.
I feel like I don't even know what the Bengals need at this point. They need so much defensive help, but it's what on defense do they need? Secondary? Yeah. I feel like secondary is probably the worst thing.
I feel like you just need too much.
Yeah, because Trey Hendrickson is good on the line. Maybe a linebacker.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like Luther Burden here, but because who's the Bengals wide receiver 3? I can't think of his name.
Tyler Boyd.
Is this? I don't think it's Boyd anymore, is it?
No, I don't think he's there anymore. I think he left. Is it Charlie Jones?
Let's see here.
Charlie Jones was there for a while. I don't know if he's still there.
Oh, it's I can never say his name. Andrew Eos.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
However in the world you say his name. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I could see a wide receiver, but I feel like if you because if you keep T. Higgins, then I don't think they will. I don't know. That's a hard pick.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, Josh Simmons, Seattle.
Josh Simmons going to Seattle, need no lineman. Houston getting Kenneth Grant, needs D-line help as well. Broncos, I have going Emeka Ibuka here.
I like that. Yeah,
I do too.
At first, I was hesitant, but they need a wide. They have Cortland Sutton. Marvin Mims is pretty good. He's good, but you still need that guy.
Bucks go defensive end. Bucks need defensive end / outside linebacker. So in this scenario, I have Cam Hayward retiring. So therefore,
I like that.
Nolan steps in for him. Colson Loveland going to the Rams.
Yeah, they definitely need that.
Packers go corner. I mean,
I don't know. I'm
injuries,
iffy.
they need it.
I'm iffy on that. Like it's okay, but if there was a wide receiver on the board, honestly, I would probably tell him to take wide receiver because Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, they're good, but like they're too inconsistent for me.
Chargers go D-line. Commanders go corner.
Yeah.
Baltimore goes to offensive lineman.
Yep.
Which is needed.
I like that.
Minnesota goes corner. For me, Minnesota really needs a corner. I have Buffalo going defensive line here.
Okay.
I have Philly going offensive tackle. Once again, injuries for them. Lane Johnson was hurt. Jordan Mailata was hurt for a while. Need some help. Philly, I have going off. Sorry, I just said Philly. Kansas City, I have going offensive lineman as well. I feel like Kansas City needs some help protecting Mahomes. Obviously, Mahomes can do whatever he wants. But I feel like
pre-snap penalties as well.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of.
And then I have Detroit going defensive end.
You know what? I like this draft. I think I like that draft better than the other one.
I agree.
Yeah, I like that better. So.
All right.
Ooh. Kind of, we missed 14 teams, didn't we? Weird. It's almost like, or no, we didn't, I guess, but we don't know those last 14 because playoffs are happening.
That's true.
So, I wonder what the power rankings are going to be for these teams. Oh wait, I have them. So let me go ahead and
hold your horses. Mine's better.
Your power rankings?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's hear them.
No, you go first.
Oh, okay? All right. I think these power rankings are on point. So first you have the Lions, obviously.
Lions.
Come on now. Like, it's obvious.
I don't hate it.
The Chiefs at 2.
Okay. I don't hate that either.
I think, really don't. Even though they got blown out in backups, it doesn't matter. The Bills at 3.
Okay, I like it.
Eagles at 4.
Yeah, I like where you're going.
Vikings at 5. Ravens at 6. Commanders at 7. The Bucks at 8. 9 is I only have the Packers at 9 because of Christian Watson and Jordan Love. If it wasn't
Jordan Love practiced today.
Yeah, but he was limited. That's my only concern.
That's my only concern. I think they both play. No, false. Christian Watson is not going to play.
It's a torn ACL, so that's a little rough. I have the chart. This one was hard. I don't know where to put the Chargers because I feel like they're.
I'm in the same boat. I don't know where to put the Chargers. You either bury them or you kind of have them as contenders.
I have the Broncos under them. I mean, losing to the Bengals was rough.
Yeah, I agree.
Then I have the Rams just because Steelers, they look awful. I hate the Steelers. And the Texans. I mean, well, no, they genuinely just have sucked in my opinion. They have how they went 11-0 and then they lost the Browns in the wild card. I feel like it's kind of like that this year. They weren't 11-0, but overhyped.
Lions.
What? Okay.
Bills.
I don't. Yeah, I like that. Chiefs.
Eagles.
Okay. All right.
Then Chiefs. Eagles right now are, for me, it's going to be Eagles, Lions, and the NFC Championship game.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And I think Eagles are going to have a legit shot to beat the Lions. Eagles are getting good right now.
Yeah. I mean, Saquon's playing out of this world.
Then I have Chiefs at 5 or 4. 5, I have the Vikings.
Okay.
6, I have the Ravens.
7 is Bucks.
7, I have the Packers.
See, that's the thing. If the injuries didn't happen, I'd have the Packers.
And I think you either put them at 7 or 9.
Yeah. Because I feel like Commanders and Bucks, I honestly think that could be game of the week.
I don't have Commanders as high as you do.
Really? You have the Bucks next? Or?
So Packers, then I have Bucks at 8.
Baker Mayfield, baby.
I have Steelers at 9.
Okay.
Because we've seen how the Steelers can play this year. Maybe they're going through a little speed bump right now. And
I don't think so. I think it's just Russ.
I think they beat the Ravens in the first round.
That's crazy. That is crazy to me. After they just lost to the Bengals.
I have Chargers at 10.
Okay.
I have Broncos at 11, like you do.
Yep.
Rams at 12.
Yep.
Commanders at 13.
That's crazy to me.
Texans at 14.
Commanders at 13?
Commanders have been so up and down. They go from games where they're dominating, and then all of a sudden, Janian Daniels is nowhere to be found.
What about the Steelers? They've lost 5.
No. I agree.
4 straight, 5 straight.
Steelers as well. But I feel like the Steelers, to me, are more dominant than the Commanders.
I disagree. Jaden Daniels in that offense.
I mean, let's look here. Yeah, beat by the Ravens by 7, which is not a bad loss. They lost to the Steelers.
Week 2.
No.
When was that?
When did they start? They just played who did they just play to end the season? I don't remember. The
Commanders? The Cowboys.
Yeah. So they beat them. Okay, so yeah, it was right. They lost to the Bucks in week 1 by 17.
Yep.
Which is not a bad loss. I think the Bucks are a good team.
Yeah.
You beat the Giants. You beat the Bengals. You beat the Cardinals. You beat the Browns. You lost to the Ravens. You beat the Panthers. You beat the Bears. You beat the Giants by 5.
Yeah, but
you lost to the Steelers, the Eagles, and the Cowboys.
The only bad loss there is the Cowboys, and that's when Cooper
Rush. I agree.
Called out.
And then you won the rest of your games.
Exactly. I think they have one bad loss, in my opinion.
They have. You're right. They have one bad loss, but they have a bunch of ugly wins. Very ugly wins.
A win's a win. Look at the Chiefs.
You beat the Giants. No, and I understand, and that's why the Chiefs aren't any higher than 4.
Also, I agree with Jarrett here. It's a division game, so it does make they play each other twice.
I agree. They do. But let's go down here. Bears, you beat the Bears by 3. Come on.
He had broken ribs.
I don't care.
He threw the best the only Hail Mary I'm pretty sure all year.
You beat the Saints by 1.
Which week?
That would be the 4th to last game of the season.
See, I don't know. Yeah, Jared's got it right. That was Hot Streak Bears. They were what, 4-1?
That was Hot Streak Bears. That was our 4-1 Bears. And then that's the loss that killed us.
Yeah, maybe your corner should be, watching our safety should be watching the field.
Right.
So
should have been cut right then and there.
Yeah, I agree. So should Anthony Richardson, but here we are. So I think now it's time for.
I think Commanders are going to be a first round exit.
But they play the Bucks, so it's that's not a bad thing if they are.
No, it wouldn't be if it's competitive. If it is not competitive, then I'm right.
It will be competitive. It'll be like a 27-20.
I think there's 3 first round games that will not be competitive.
Really?
Chargers, Texans.
Yeah, okay. Bills, Broncos.
That could be competitive depending on how Bo Nix plays, but I don't think it'll end up being competitive at all.
Yeah. I think it will be hilarious is if the Packers go and beat the Eagles. The Packers
I'm not ruling that out.
I mean, they did it to the Cowboys last year. They go and beat another NFC East team first round.
And then I think Bucks Commanders isn't close. Actually, sorry, there's another game I don't think is close. I don't think Vikings Rams is going to be very close.
I disagree.
As much as I think the Rams are getting right now, the only thing that does help the Rams though is that they're home.
And they beat the Vikings already.
Did they?
Yeah.
Or was that early? When was that?
That was like that was the week or two after Cup came back.
Let's look.
They won, and that
That
started
was
Minnesota's losing like the 2
like
games.
dead season.
They had back-to-back.
Yeah, that was right after they lost to the Lions.
Yep. Rams have beat the Vikings. Rams have beat the Bills. I mean, I don't know. The Rams are scary too.
And that's why I don't have the Rams super. I mean, I guess never mind. I had the Rams third for last.
Yeah, I have them at 10, but it's just because they're too inconsistent for me.
You don't have them at 10?
I'm pretty sure I did.
No, you had them at 12.
At 12.
Like I did.
Man. I didn't realize I'm at 12, but either way, it's just because those other teams are so consistent.
And yeah, that's the thing. This playoff is like.
But I would not it's hard to decide. But I would not be surprised if the Rams upset and beat the Vikings.
There's a lot of games. Let's see what the spreads are. Rams Vikings is 1. Bucks Commanders is 3. Philly Packers is 4.5.
I'm guessing the
Chargers Texans is 3.
Are the Commanders favored in their game?
No.
The Bucks are favored? That's wow.
Yeah, they're home.
Still, I'm surprised.
Chargers are favored by 3. Ravens are favored by 9.5 over the Steelers.
Yep, I agree.
And Bills are favored by 8.5 over the Broncos.
Oh, okay. Those aren't terrible spreads.
I still think some of them are too high.
I think 8.5 might be a little much against the Broncos, but at the same time,
I think 9.5 is a little high.
No.
For me, it depends on what Steelers team shows up.
Not a good one. They haven't been good in
Maybe it
4
is.
weeks.
Maybe it will be.
They haven't been good in 4 weeks, I swear.
All right.
But
now let's hop into college football playoff rankings.
Okay. So are we doing like the all 14 or all 12?
No, just the remaining 4.
Oh, this is easy. I don't even need to do the other 3 because it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't even matter.
For you. Who's at 2 for you?
Oh,
I know they're 1, but who's 2?
They're winning the Natty, so it doesn't even make a difference.
Who's at 2? Who do they play?
Who
are they playing in the national championship, or even who they play in the semifinal?
No, Texas is at 4 for me.
Oh, okay. So they're okay.
But
okay, who's at 2?
Hard. I don't know. Notre Dame and SMU, complete toss-up for me. Like, if it wasn't for last week, Notre Dame dominating Georgia the way they did, I would say Penn State. But they dominated Georgia, so it's like, I have no clue. I genuinely think Notre Dame, SMU, and Penn State. Holy cow, I've been saying SMU, haven't I? Yes. Penn State. Everyone knew what I meant. Notre Dame, Penn State will be the best game of the whole playoffs. I don't know though, because Arizona State, Texas was kind of good, but
here's mine. Ohio State's 1.
Obviously, yeah.
Penn State is 2. Texas is 3. Notre Dame is 4.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, I think either way, the Penn State Notre Dame game is going to be good.
Oh yeah.
I think both of these games are going to be good.
I don't.
I think that, and it's like I told you earlier, this Texas. Actually, so I'm going to be honest with you. I don't hate Notre Dame.
I like that.
I hate IU. I don't hate Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
I don't have the hatred towards Notre Dame. I just think Notre Dame is very overrated because you get to handpick your schedule.
But even after, Texas almost lost to Arizona State.
I understand.
Arizona
Who did
State
Notre Dame lose to this season?
They lost once.
A MAC school. A MAC.
Okay, they lost to NIU. Okay, and you know what they've done since? Undefeated.
You gotta look at their schedule.
I don't care. They played Georgia. They played the best SEC team in the country.
False. Texas is the best SEC team.
They beat Texas twice.
Don't care.
Georgia beat Texas. How are you going to say
they play one more time?
Hang on.
Texas wins.
Hang on. That's
like
by saying,
double digits.
That's like saying the Vikings are the better NFC North team over the Lions. The better NFC team. The Vikings are not better. They lost to the Lions.
I think the Vikings and the Lions played again. Vikings win.
No.
Yes.
Not a chance. They beat them 31-9.
Vikings and the Lions play again. Vikings win.
Dude, you're gonna need drug tested. Holy cow! That's an insane take. I just disagree wholeheartedly.
No.
Just like the fact that Notre Dame beat Georgia, so they beat the best SEC team.
Yeah, but you beat a Georgia team that was on a backup quarterback.
I don't care.
That's huge.
Thank you, Jarrett. Thank you. Gunnar Stockton was arguably better than Carson Beck.
One could argue.
I'm arguing that because it's true. I can't believe that you think the Vikings would be. Anyways, all right. So whatever. Move on.
Moving on.
I'm heated over here.
NFL coaching hires.
There's one to me. There's only one that's very obvious. I feel like it's very obvious at least.
Yes.
And that's Mike Vrabel to the Patriots.
Correct.
Because he played there, and it's kind of what happened now. Except they just had a bad experience with Gerard and Mayo, so
So
very true.
Yeah, it's true. For me, the biggest question mark place is there's two. Vegas.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
Vegas is a big question mark on what they do because maybe they trade up and get Shedeur Sanders, and maybe Dion goes with him.
You know what I think they do? Even if they trade up for Shedeur, they get Cliff Kingsbury. I think he deserves another chance. I like him. Look at what he's doing with the Commanders' offense.
They offered him a deal to come in as offensive coordinator last year.
Yeah.
For a 2-year deal, but Commanders offered him 3. And I think he stays in Washington.
Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, led that offense. I mean, they made it to the playoffs. I think he stays in Washington.
You know what coordinator is getting hired? 2 of them. There's 2 offensive coordinators.
Ben Johnson.
And Joe Brady from the Bills.
I don't hate it.
Like he's done an outstanding job with Josh Allen. And the fact that they have no receivers, Khalil Shakir, whatever, Keon Coleman, like Amari Cooper, he's not played like himself on the Bills.
Yeah, we'll get to that next after these coaches. We'll get to that. It's also on our cover.
Oh yeah. Yes, we will.
And then Chicago, I think Chicago goes Pete Carroll.
Honestly, I don't even think it matters who goes to Chicago as the coach.
I think it very much does. Because for me, it's a big culture thing now.
Yeah, but I think you do the Mike Tomlin. I mean, we've seen the Mike Tomlin news. If we trade for Mike Tomlin. But at the same time, it's like that. I don't think that would work out either because would he want to leave the Steelers? Would they want to get rid of him?
So I just have a little something I want to share with you.
Oh, yes.
So I made a list earlier in the year on coaches I thought were going to get fired.
Yep.
Let's just say I did okay. There's still some I think could.
You probably had Dayball.
I did not.
Stefanski.
Eberflus. I had Stefanski. I think he should. Still think he should. Eberflus. I have McCarthy.
Okay.
And I still think McCarthy needs fired.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I have Josh McDaniels. I'm still up in the air on him.
Yeah.
I'd be all right giving him one more. I had Doug Peterson.
That's a good one.
And he
deserved to get fired.
And I have Zach Taylor, and Zach Taylor still deserves to get fired.
I don't know. The way they went in this 5-game win streak, it's like, yeah, you need to win like sooner, and the Bengals always start slow. But it's like, he probably does. He probably does need fired. Yeah.
Obviously, like my head coaches to certain places, I was like way wrong. Looks like.
Yeah.
I had Pete Carroll going to Cincinnati or to Chicago.
which still could happen.
I think he does go to Chicago. I really do.
I just want to go back to you saying that Stefanski deserves to be fired still. Can we just jump back to that real quick?
Let's talk next week when he's fired.
No. Haslam already said that.
Why does he not need fired?
Okay, you have Ken Dorsey, arguably one of the worst offensive coordinators the Bills have ever had, and we decide to go and get him. Like, why? So that's A. B, our offensive line coach, who also got fired, was awful. We couldn't run Stefanski didn't run the ball like he used to with the play action passes. They tried to kinder to Deshaun Watson's play style, and it failed because Deshaun Watson is a failure.
I think Deshaun Watson's your QB of the future. Obviously, joking.
Yeah, no. I would cry. I would cry. I'd become a Bucs fan, which, kind of already.
Give him a massage here and there, and he's all right.
Yeah, and another $250 million guaranteed, and it'll be okay.
All right. Moving on to Road Rants.
Ooh, I feel like I've already had a couple this episode because, man, some of your takes. I'm sorry, it's just a little disagreement. So, but no. One of my things is the Browns cannot mess this up. First of all, if Andrew Berry messes this up, having the number 2 overall pick, he's gone. He's fired. And realistically, you have like 3 options. You trade for a bridge quarterback for this next year, and then you draft one in 26, or you draft a quarterback at number 2, or you draft your quarterback, or you trade for your quarterback of the future, or you pick him up, whether it's Sam Darnold or you can't mess it up realistically. Also, another rant. Jeremiah Smith is the best player in college football right now. No,
I don't disagree. I'm not disagreeing.
He's so good. He would be the number 1 overall pick if he were to go in the draft this year.
I'd agree.
For sure. If you take a quarterback over him, you're stupid. He's generational talent. Guaranteed. So, yeah, that's pretty – there wasn't much this week. Yeah.
And then there's the big MVP talk.
Okay. As we stated, in our title, who you choosing? Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
So I'll give you my vote, and you get 5 picks. You rank them 1 through 5. And it's easy.
It is.
Josh Allen.
Yep.
Saquon Barkley. Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry. Then after Derrick Henry, then you have some room for discussion.
Is it Derrick Henry?
I think Derrick Henry's at 4.
What about Burrow?
And I think Burrow is right there in 4 and 5. I think one of those 2 goes there. I think those are your top 5.
Yeah.
And I feel like number 1 is where it should be. 2 and 3, I feel like could be flip flopped, and 4 and 5 could be flip flopped. I don't hate Baker at 4.
I like Baker at 4. Look. Okay. Honestly, yeah. Because look at it. Look what he did without Godwin, without Evans. He balled out even without him. So I don't know. He probably should be in the conversation, but it doesn't matter because Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's winning.
So the argument that I hate is people bring up passing yards, passing touchdowns, total touchdown, interceptions. Last year, stats didn't matter. So why does it all of a sudden stats matter?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Look at the Ravens had 9 Pro Bowlers. The Bills, 2. One of them being Josh Allen. So it's in what world does Josh Allen not deserve the MVP?
Caden Schroff, you're wrong.
Caden, I disagree. Just because he's won 2 MVPs.
It's not a stats award.
Look, he has Derrick Henry. He has Zay Flowers, which is better than Keon Coleman or Khalil Shakir.
Yep.
I disagree with that.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
Josh Allen has balled out. So it's in my opinion, it's not even a hard choice.
Nope, that's not. All right, let's move on to picks.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be quick and easy. picks
We'll
this
start with
week.
college
In my
football.
opinion.
Yeah, well,
I
college football.
Yeah, works for me.
Get it
Jared,
pulled up.
that's a very good point here. You can't say that Derek and Lamar both are on the MVP conversation, and then like it just doesn't work. Like they both could be MVP. Like they can't, because if they're not the most valuable player.
Ohio State, Texas.
Ooh, I wonder who's going to win this one. It's going to be Ohio State, 34-20.
I disagree. I think it's a one-score game.
No, I disagree. Look at what they did to Oregon, the number 1 team in the nation. They basically didn't play the second half, and they still won by 20.
I think OSU wins, but not by that much. Penn State, Notre Dame. I have Penn State.
This one's hard.
It's going to be a Big Ten national championship.
That would be.
I think this one's a 2-score game.
I disagree. I think Notre Dame wins I would say buzzer beater, but
Notre Dame. Wow.
Last second field goal, maybe. I feel like Notre Dame pulls it off. Maybe it's just recency bias because if they beat the crap out of Georgia, but Caden, that's very true. Oregon they didn't play in 3 weeks, so that could be why.
Saturday, Chargers, Texans. It's Chargers.
Chargers, guaranteed. Like honestly, their spread should be higher than any of the other ones.
I agree. Steelers, Ravens.
It's the Ravens through and through.
It's the Ravens, but I don't think they win by more than 9.5.
I do.
Broncos, Bills. It's Bills.
Yep, no question.
Packers, Eagles.
I'm gonna go Eagles.
So am I.
Bucks.
Commanders, Buccaneers.
I think we're gonna agree on this one too. Yeah, I'm going Bucks. I wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders won though, personally.
And then Vikings, Rams.
Ooh, it's in LA. It's in LA. That's hard. Because I genuinely think the Rams could. I'm going to go Vikings though. Yeah, I think the Rams.
Well, we were almost perfect.
Yeah, the Notre Dame game's the only thing that's throwing us off.
All right. Yeah. Well,
man, wild Rams. I don't know about that. This is going to be a great wild card weekend though. Better than last year, I feel like.
I agree.
Yeah. It's one of the best ones.
It was a great week. We have football from tomorrow through Monday.
Man, only a month left of football.
And then we got basketball.
But it does, a month left, and then a month it's going to be Bills, Lions, Super Bowl. So it's like, what's there to be upset about? It's going to feed families.
Maybe it's going to be Bills, Eagles.
Bills, Bug. I'm glad we've all decided that the Bills are winning the NFC though, or the AFC. Very, very happy about that.
Breaking news: UConn loses tonight in college basketball.
That's insane.
At Villanova.
Man,
UConn has lost 4 games already this year.
Hey, Cavs are up by 6 right now against the Thunder. So, Chiefs Rams Super Bowl would be nuts.
That would be nuts.
I don't think it happens.
I don't think so either. All right. Well, great week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us. Be sure to watch sports this weekend, the rest of this week, next week.
Great game tomorrow. Best game of the week is tomorrow.
It was a great game tomorrow.
Yep. So,
well,
all right.
Get out. Enjoy the cold weather.
Yeah.
It ain't going nowhere. We're supposed to actually get quite a bit of snow tonight. So, enjoy the weather. Might be cold, but it's good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy the weather. Have a great week. Enjoy watching sports. This has been Jackson Aiden from Beyond the Scoreboard, episode 14. We'll see you next week with episode 15 after this great playoff weekend, and we will preview the national championship. Have a great night, a great week, and God bless everybody.
See ya.